Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for some StarCraft 2 action. We got BabyMarine going up against Stephano in 2023, although you're watching this in 2024. Stephano! We saw him briefly in 2023 taking the bag at Gamers 8, but now he's at Homestory Cup. And yes, he was in Group C, although did not quite perform to his old class and standard. Because, of course, Stephano being a tournament-winning player in like 2012, 2013, 2014, and even later on, all the way up to like early Legacy, I would call him very competitive. And he's up against a young buck, the young gun, the BabyMarine. He's about as old as Stephano was when he was winning all those championships. We got a juicy Zerg versus Terran here, last game of Group C that we'll watch. And spoiler, both of these players do not make it out of Group C, sadly. Showtime and Skillis made it out. God damn it. Other good players made it out. But this is still going to be a treat. I, of course, try to cover the games that people might have missed when watching the event. And I try to cover games of people who do not make it to the playoffs, because we are covering all of the playoffs after this. So, it's more wise to, or it's more aligned with that goal to cover a couple games that are from the players that don't make it out of the group. Because we won't see them back into the playoffs. And a small announcement before I will continue with the game. As far as I can see, everything's pretty standard and normal right now. So, I will be uploading a couple games more per week, as in 4 instead of 3. And putting Smash Melee on the back burner for a little bit. Because I want to make it through Homestory Cup 24 before the February of 9th, which is when the IM Katowice, the StarCraft 2 World Finals, will be. And I feel it's kind of like mustard after the meal, as we say in Dutch. It just kind of doesn't feel right to be covering a tournament like Homestory Cup after there's already been a couple tournaments. So I kind of want to speed it up a little bit. I'll plan out the games that I want to cover a bit better in the future. So for now, you'll be enjoying about 4 games a week instead of the usual 3. And then Stormgate will be having an open beta, so I might be doing some stuff with that. And of course, I'll be enjoying and then recapping and casting some games from the Katowice World Finals that will be happening on the weekend of 9 February. The 9th of February. But let us head into the game after all these announcements. We see Stephano going up to a pretty darn late speed. Going for triple queen as well, so only has 3 queens right now, so he skimped a little bit on queens and especially late circling speed. But it will be in time before there's a big Hellion swell. We've been seeing this rise in popularity, where instead of just mining 100 gas and then taking drones out, people mine about 80 gas and then they pull 2 out, so they only have 1 drone in gas, and then they'll get speed a bit later on, but they'll have speed before the Hellion count gets too high. So as you can see, speed is about to finish and the Hellion count is about to reach 6, which is like versus 4 Hellions, you kind of already want a couple more lings, but against 6 Hellions, you definitely want them. And from BabyMarine, we see Cloaked Banshee, fast 3rd CC, and he's pooling up the Banshees, at least 2 of them, because 2 Banshees together, of course, one-shot drones. We see Stim starting as well, so 1-1 build, 1-1-1. 3rd base about to land, and these Hellions have been clearing a little bit of creep, but that is about it. And Stephano going for double ups without a lair just yet, so going for a more macro-focused style, going for a 1-1, going for a Ling Bane, and we will be seeing the lair attack come in a little bit later. I'd expect the lair to start anytime now. Ooh, nice target firing on that weak Hellion. 7 Hellions here. cloak is about to finish, and we see the Banshees are coming over. 4th base for Stephano is down. I'd like to take him to take a 5th as well, so that if somehow, some way, BabyMarine finds a way to siege the 4th down, you'll have a different 4th. We see Lairs now up. Ooh, 1 queen actually goes down because there's no detection here, and that's the weakness of a late lair. No spore crawlers at all. Except for, well, in the bases, but not the 4th base. So this 4th base kind of in peril. I don't know if he can actually siege this down because the Banshees need to be hitting the hatchery for that. Stephano kept showing his queens attacking the Hellions, forcing the Banshees to hit the queens that can just heal themselves. So after some hard work and labor, Stephano does get his 4th operational, puts 13 drones to work right away, and a big Ling run by because he made a couple extra Lings to defend against this Hellion pressure. Does kill a couple SCVs, delays mining. Ooh, gets 5 SCVs here. And we see 1-1 from BabyMarine as well on his engineering base. Armory nicely timed. And we see medevacs coming out, and with these medevacs and stim is done, we might see a push from BabyMarine. And if we look at the creep at the 4th base is kind of sus. The creep at the 3rd base could be worse, but it's not amazing. We do see that 5th base going up, so Stephano is sitting pretty. If he somehow loses this base, or God forbid this base, he will be okay. And now we see the double Marine drop moving out. So he's keeping this tank at home. The Hellions are moving out to the 3rd base, whilst this double drop is heading towards the 6th base. So Stephano rapidly expanding here, going for 2-2 on Ling or Baneling speed. And the 6th base does get dropped, and most likely does get cancelled. There it goes, gets cancelled. Hellions in the 4th base, whilst this drop goes into the 4th base and kills 2 queens right away. Drones are being pulled. No more drones died at the 3rd. And 1 Baneling does get sniped, and then the drop goes into the main base. Only 1 queen here to answer it. Does get a couple shots onto the medevac. Enough Lings here, and they do have 1-1, so they are decently scary. And a good amount of queens here hitting that medevac. Only 22 health left. And we do have 2nd factory here for BabyMarine, starting his own 2-2, but Stephano is pretty far ahead of the 2-2 upgrades of BabyMarine, actually. So usually you see that the Terran is slightly ahead in upgrades, but Stephano is well, far ahead, I would say. If he keeps up his timings, he can get 3-3 before the Terran can do that. And that is very scary, because then you'll have Adrenal, you'll have +3 armor, you'll have Ultralisk coming, and he does have an Infestation Pit coming, so he'll be starting Hive when he could start 3-3. So he's not like rushing out the fastest 3-3 he can ever get, but it's still going to be pretty nicely timed. But only the future can tell. Now we have 2 tanks here, and then we have another tank under construction, but we have a reactor here with double mines. So BabyMarine kind of doing a hybrid here of some siege tanks and some Widow mines versus the pure Ling Baneling of Stephano. We see a Hive underway. 2-2 is done, and a bunch of Ling Bane being constructed as well. He's sitting pretty on 65 drones, actually. That's not a lot of drones. You'd expect more drones to be here. But he's just making units right now, and he's making a lot of them. How many drones did he lose this game? Only 5 drones, so Stephano kind of underproducing drones, but now making 11 more drones, going up to 73, and that will be a nice number of drones to sit on for a while. Could add a couple more if he wants to. Immediately finds this big drop. Has another force waiting here. So many Banelings. And a couple Marines walk up this ramp, and that's not what you want to see when you're morphing a bunch of Banelings. But look at Stephano really contesting all of the map here. Ooh, nice individual Marine drops by BabyMarine here, trading them off versus the Banelings. Completely worth it when you're even on economy. Now we see these Widow Mines coming out, and we see the Ultralisk Cavern and 3-3 started from Stephano. Whereas no 3-3 underway yet for BabyMarine, although he could start them up. See a PF coming at the 4th base. And BabyMarine, he has a big supply depot wall waiting for any amount of Lingbane to crash into his 3rd base. +3 did finish, and oh my god, that's 15 kills on that Widowmine. It's disgusting. Ooh, Banelings, though, also get a lot of kills. Equally as disgusting. Now a triple drop. Oh, the drones are pulled to fight, and then Stephano realizes the drones are actually not very good fighting units. 6th base does go down. But Stephano still has enough bases to use all of his workers at, so it's not the biggest of deals. But this is the big problem with these pure Lingbane styles. How do you deal with these drops if you don't have like 2 spores per base and a bunch of queens? Well, you don't. You just get wrecked, or at least you lose a lot of drones and bases to it. Like, you need to be on top of your army movement at all times. Couple Widowmines, 17 kills, 2 kills. You see Stephano sending some army forward to take a couple mine shots before moving in the rest. We still have a Banshee on deck, actually being quite annoying. Well, this 6th base is completely shut down by BabyMarine. Stephano has no opportunity to take that back. We do see 3 Ultralisks being pushed out. Pumped out? I don't know. And maybe with some infestors, he can really catch these armies by surprise. The one Widowmine kind of friendly fires on all of the medevacs here. Good trade by Stephano, but his supply falling low. Needs to make sure that he tops himself up here. He has 80 workers, so should be able to do that. But BabyMarine really pushing forward. Look at all the creep that he just cleared. Really boxing Stephano in, and the creep threat at the 3rd base is especially egregious. Oh, but the Banelings do get very nice connections on this Terran army. That's not what you like to see. BabyMarine doesn't pay attention for 2 seconds, immediately loses a big clump of his Marines. But BabyMarine is macroing like innovation here, just pumping out the units. If he was making 10 Marines at a time, I could make a bomber reference, but he just isn't. He's a kind of a Marauder enjoyer, and Ghosts now, because of course he has seen the Ultralisk transition. I don't know if we saw chitinous plating. Yes, chitinous plating is here. We don't have Ultralisk speed yet, and I don't know. It didn't exist back in the day, so maybe it just doesn't exist in Stephano's brain. But he might make it in the future. Still, BabyMarine is massively banking money here. He can start making the most expensive units that he wants. Liberator Ghost is like... Liberator Mine Ghost is such an annoying composition for Zerg to deal with, especially with mainly ground army. Like, you want to throw in a bunch of Lingbane, but also some Corruptors to just kill the Liberators. It's kind of a weird composition to deal with. We see Cloak coming out for the Ghost. We see +2 armor for his Liberators. And no Ultralisk speed. Both players now banking up money. Both kind of entering their super late game. Big run by here for Stephano. But a lot of mines are ready here. How many mines does he have? He has 12 mines. Another big attack here by Stephano. Kind of counterattacking because BabyMarine is also attacking him. Another counterattack up here. And these are cracklings. No, they're not actually. No crackling upgrade. Oh my god. No adrenal glands. And even so, they still take down this potential 5th base. Oh, the 3rd base of Stephano did die. And that lack of creep threat is kind of killing him here. But both players maxed out. They can build their, well, ultimate armies. Although Stephano's kind of lacking the gas for that. But BabyMarine, holy moly. I feel like BabyMarine just is the richest guy alive here. He's like as if Bezos was playing Terran, you know? Like, he's just swimming in cash. Oh my god, look at this PF in this choke point. Oh my god, these two ghosts completely stuck behind an SUV. Two more command centers, bunch of widow mines. Dude, is BabyMarine just gonna camp the shit out of them? We got a nuke coming, 4 more ghosts, bunch of liberators. Oh my god, dude. BabyMarine is digging in. He's like opening up the trenches. He's like, this is what we're doing now. I'm not fighting 8 Ultralisk or 10 Ultralisk. Fairly. But, damn, his throat. The area between all of his bases does not have a PF. Surprisingly, we do see a bunch of snipes going down. And this Banshee kind of forgot that he could fire on the banelings there. This PF is so funny to me. Another command center, taking a page out of Spirit's book here. Such a weird game. 6 liberators being built at a time. How do you fight this army? It's just like ghosts, bunch of liberators, widow mines, nukes about to come, and I think banelings are one of the best answers. I'm so confused by Stephano just not getting all of his upgrades. But I guess he needs to use a lot of his APM to deal with these constant attacks from BabyMarine. And they're being made very hard because he can't deal with medevacs. He doesn't have anything to deal with the medevacs. No Vipers, no Corruptors, no Infestors. I wouldn't say Mutalisk at this point. More of a mid-game unit, really. And here comes a nuke. Oh my god, if it hits, would be such a nice thumbnail. Nothing's happening. Here comes the nuke. Boom. It looks cool, but didn't kill anything. Killed a bunch of larvae. Might have killed, like, a drone. He has 8 kills somehow. Oh my god, the ghost itself is going to do more damage than the nuke. Okay. Stephano moving into the 4th base. Actually crashes through 2 PFs. Not just 1. And Liberators do come in. How many Liberators are there on the field? 9 libs? 11 ghosts? But Stephano did just find a chink in the armor. This CC might just burn down. Got hit by a run-by as well. Actually flies towards a new base here. BabyMarine expanding more aggressively than Stephano is now. Because Stephano really aggressively expanded in the early to mid game. And then he just kind of stopped. How many Ultralisks did he... He still has 10 Ultras, getting a Spire now. Oh my god, that's so many ghosts. Look at this, 10 ghosts just sniping all of the Ultralisks. Oh, oh no. Ghosts are good units versus very big biological units. Oh my god. BabyMarine using the spellcaster in the way it was meant to be used. How dare he. Lings walking through a minefield there, and they pay the price. Bunch of Liberators here out on the field. And what an awkward position for Stephano, making a couple overseers here. Oh my god. You got freedom. BabyMarine. And in the meanwhile, another giant attack here with Liberators backing them up. Here come the Ling Bane Ultralisk swarming in, completely annihilating the ground army, but the medevacs, they just lift up all of the ghosts. All of the ghosts are alive. Can you believe this? He's literally 200 through 100 after seemingly losing that fight, but he actually didn't lose that fight. He just picked up all of his army and maybe lost a couple, like, Marine Marauder. Dude, how's Stephano's... If you look at Stephano's view, he sees nothing except for his own bases. That feels so bad. Oh my god, these Liberators, that is so disgusting. 27, 28. And more to fall. 33? There's a Liberator in every base. And the Corruptors were not out in time. 16 drones left for Stephano here. My god, dude, and BabyMarine. Nani? He's just effing him up. 13 ghosts? 10 liberators, 4 more underway? Like, how do you engage into this? Well, with the 100 supply that Stephano has, I don't think you can do a lot. I appreciate Stephano using this game to warm up a lot or further, but this is... I feel like this was played in the last round of Group C, so you hope they would be warmed up by now. Another PF. More command centers being built. Dude, if we were still doing the drinking game from the real Homestory Cup, you'd be taking a couple shots by now. More snipes coming up. Pew, pew, pew. And... I mean, BabyMarine is 200 and Stephano has 100 supply. Stephano has to pull out some really nice moves, and this is a good start. He's getting a lot of Liberator kills here. And a bunch of the army of BabyMarine can't actually unload. So it's a good start. Widow Mines get decent connections. The Corruptors doing their job now. Big Baneling hits, but there's enough bio left over, and now we see a bunch of snipes going down on the last of Stephano's army. And look at these defensive positions from BabyMarine, building CCs in his face. Let's go. More starports, Widow Mines everywhere and nowhere. Dude, BabyMarine was cooking this game. And BabyMarine says, out with the old, in with the new. Because BabyMarine effing owned Stephano in that game number 1. That was a crushing and a half. Stephano had everything he could hope for and then just didn't convert any of the advantages he made for himself. Whereas BabyMarine was just trucking. He just kept on going. He was the war machine itself. Okay. I wanted to make a lot of World War II references there, but I don't know if it's appropriate. Basically, that Nazi Germany was kind of like Stephano early, where they really got the machine going and they got all the advantages that they wanted. And then the Allies were like, okay, never mind. We're just gonna overwhelm you with superior resources, and the war of attrition favors us. So yeah, my knowledge of the Second World War doesn't go much further than that. Do see another Reaper opener from BabyMarine here, also doing an SCV scout. We don't see that super often. Is he just going to check? Yeah, he's just checking if the CC is in the right position, and then the Reaper can take it from there. 1 gas so far, so probably going to be seeing the same build as we saw last game. Quick factory into a quick 3rd CC. And let's see what he does. Yeah, Stephano pulled out of gas. Oh, super early, actually. He pulls out of gas at like 50. That's way earlier. He's gonna have speed so late. That's cray-cray, as the Zoomers say nowadays. Now we got that factory underway. We do see a single Marine before we start an add-on. I really like that. If you skip that, it's just kind of like you give this Overlord so much for free. Not really a fan. But in some builds, you kind of need to skip it, right? But I don't know the specifics nowadays. 3rd base is down for Stephano, though, so that Reaper could not deny it. We did not see any units lost yet. 4 Lings. That's the appropriate amount. Very principled play here. Now, what is Stephano going to do after getting schmacked in game 1? We do see speed coming out, finally. We do see Starport and a 3rd command center again, so as kind of expected, BabyMarine is doing a very similar build to game 1. Why fix what's not broke? Because, I mean, that looked pretty good. He was cooking, he was cruising. Now we do see a close-by air third base, so perhaps Stephano's thinking about some Mutalisk? But it could also just be coincidence. Because if you just have good queen placement, you can take the close-by air base, and it shouldn't be that big of a problem. Although this main base does seem pretty big. But it is so much nicer to take this as a fourth and this as a fifth, than to take this as a third, and then be like, well, now all my bases are in a line. Is my close-to-air base my fourth? Is this, like, Rich Geyser my fourth? I can definitely understand taking this base, because it's just enables you to take that gold base at some point. And this base over on into the corner, and then you completely cover your main base from drops. So I can see arguments for both bases, right? Decent creep spread coming out from Stephano this time, and you can spread creep freely all the way over here, because the Hellions can't get there. That's actually quite cool. It's kind of like a golden wall thing. You can just get creep to a whole lot of places where the Terran can't get. So you can see drops here, and later on you can like kind of spread creep from behind this wall again. Ooh, Stephano mixing it up. We see a lair, we see a Roach Warren, and now double Evo going down after that. We see 3 gas play. So he's maybe gonna do like a Roach 1-1 Roach all-in, or at least a pressure build. Doesn't have to be all-in since you have 2 Evos, but a 1-1 Roach attack can be very all-in. So we'll have to watch his drone count carefully to see what he decides to do. I want to see a crazy Zerg player just send out a drone, make a hatchery, cancel it, make the Roach Warren there. And just... because I think BabyMarine probably... oh, he hasn't even seen it yet. Because if the Terran player doesn't see it, then they don't think it is roaches usually. And then I think you can hit pretty darn hard. Now we see... what's coming out of BabyMarine here? I didn't see any Banshees. Oh, there are 2 Banshees on the map now, so we didn't miss them. They have Cloak. They just cloaked. Now we have 5 Queens with an Overseer this time, so nice adaptation here by Stephano. And we see 1 drone going down, 2 drones, 3 drones. But the Banshee already taking quite a bit of health here. And the Overseer has been tagged over into the main. Queen immediately attacking the Banshees here. And Transfuse does come in. Now both Banshees are quite low. Hellions were pushed back, and now the Roaches are moving out. But behind that we see a bunch of drones. So... definitely not going to be super aggressive with these slow Roaches. Oh, the Reaper though. Damn, BabyMarine might be very all hands on deck here. And these Roaches actually being committed into some type of attack here. And all of the Roaches are forfeit. They die there. Hellions going into the natural. Nice queen wall here. Ooh, nice. I love it. Look at that whole position wall. These Hellions had to go all the way around, and more Queens and Roaches were coming in. So, BabyMarine did not commit. Second factory underway. We see 1-1 almost finishing up for both players. So, we might see a head-to-head, or kind of like a base race situation where both armies miss each other. But Stephano seems to be slightly more defensive than BabyMarine, although after game 1, I'd call BabyMarine very defensive. Which is crazy, because we saw his PvT, or his TVP, and his TVP is crazy aggressive. He just keeps on going. But he's also a ghost lover. Okay, a couple of Roaches here defending the drone line, and we don't see a lot of drones being lost here. Only 4 drones so far this game, mostly by those Banshees, and only 1 drone was killed by the Hellion Reaper run-by. So if you look at the supply, Stephano should be shooting up in supply. Going for 2-2, getting a Hydrodon and an Infestation Pit. Is he going for, like, Roach Lurker type deal? Just Hydra Lurker Viper off of a Roach mid-game? Because that would be pretty cool. A very different style. Honestly, I wasn't expecting Stephano to have more than 1 style. prepared, seeing how he's busy with life, not with video games. But some people, they just got gaming. That's a intentional pun. There we go. Hydralisk meeting this drop here. And we see one Marauder. If he just dropped everything, it could have cleaned this up. But now, the Hydralisk just clicked down the medevac. And before BabyMarine could react, he kind of already made a mistake. And now, Stephano sitting very pretty. Look at that supply count. He's going up to 77 workers. He's getting a hive. Getting higher speed. 2-2 is almost done. I feel like Stephano is in a wonderful position. Again. And now he's shutting down these drops that were being really, really annoying. Like a pain in the ass in the previous game. 4 hydras are being kept back to pincer this medevac. Make sure that this supply does never do anything. Oh my god. Was that an all-army hotkey? Was that an F2? Oh my god. If that's an F2, I implore you, delete that hotkey. It's not good. You can still click on it on your UI if you really need it. But if it's habitual, stuff like this. Oh, never mind. 5 dropper lords coming out. Oh my god. Hydra Roach drops? Bro, that's cool. I hope this is a pure accident and he just doesn't use them. That would be so funny. Oh, there he goes. A lot of Roach Hydra in these Overlords. They do have speed. They're still a little slow, but, you know, can't hate on them. And pretty big force, bioforce here, clearing some creep. And Stephano making it look like he has an army there. Now we see the big drop coming in. And it's all to crush these siege tanks. Very nice tactical play here by Stephano. Gets his entire army on top of this PF. And it clears out all of these tanks. Immediately target fires the Ghost as well. Dude, this BabyMarine guy is playing mech with bio. So defensive. He has tanks, he has Ghosts. He has no issue just sitting behind walls and PFs. Crazy. 4 more tanks are on deck. We see the Dropper Lord still alive, ready for a second round. And Stephano banking 2k minerals up in this. 5th base is online. And wow, it's just Mass Hydra now, is it? Does he have any more roaches? I feel like he has no more roaches. Just going into Hydra and now adding back in the Zergling. That's pretty neat. We got +2 armor, so the Zerglings can tank really well against the bio. And here goes the 5 Hydra drop. Dude, these games are crazy. When do you ever see this? When do you ever see 5 Overlords filled with Hydralisk? Surprise, mother trucker. And a big drop here at the 5th base of Stephano as well. Hydralisk there to defend, whilst these Hydralisks are still blazing away at the natural of BabyMarine. And some of the drops are going towards the other bases, whereas the drop of BabyMarine is now in the main base. Action everywhere. And both players losing some economy for it now. Drop in the main base and in the 4th base. Both places are unanswered by BabyMarine, whereas BabyMarine's drop is doing nothing at all. Oh my god, 29 workers. Holy shit. 40, 53, 55 workers now for BabyMarine. It has to send over tanks and bio to finally clean out these drops. Imagine if there was any amount of lurkers here. Holy moly. And we do see a scan going out onto that 6th base. And BabyMarine's like, how bad is my position? Well, if I look at this bank, baby. This is kind of looking like Stephano's prize money right there. He's loaded. Dude, the drop play. Stephano's bringing it. Dude. Form is temporary. Class is eternal. He's just going Mass Hydra with some links. Can you believe there's no AoE versus bio? This guy's crazy. Where are the lurkers? Where are the infestors? How are you fighting against this army with pure Hydralisk? I can't believe this. I feel like I should be losing this game. He's 42 Hydralisk. 42 Hydralisk. That's it. This is Zerg versus Terran, my dude. He just is mass Hydralisk. And he kills more medevacs trying to get out of his main base. Oh my god, and more medevacs get sniped. Stephano, dude. He's everywhere. And just like game 1 where BabyMarine was kind of schlapping Stephano's kind of schlapping BabyMarine here. He's like, sit down, son. Let me show you how it's done. Adrenal glands. It's finally happening. 19 more Hydralisk. Of course, he is about to have 50 Hydralisk. Okay? 50. In ZVT. 50 Hydralisk. This guy goes mass Hydralisks. Are you shitting me? Dude, this match has it all. What the hell? And more tanks being slowly but surely gunned down by these Hydralisks. Encroaching onto the siege line that had no backup at all. And BabyMarine sitting on 150 supply. Sending out 2 more hopeful drops. If those get caught by the Hydralisk, I think this game is just... will meet a sad ending. Dude, he just has random packs of Hydralisks. Or Queens, apparently. Just sitting in the corner of the map being like, yeah, well, I mean, drops will probably come here. And BabyMarine unloads his drop, but it has been spotted by Stephano, and the Hydralisks run in. There's another drop. There's another hit squad. Dude, he's tearing them apart. He's tearing them a new one. Hydralisks in the natural. Hydralisk at the 4th base. Kill another siege tank. And more Hydralisks are going over. Oh, snipes on an Overlord. You don't see that every day. Unless it's like a Hellbat Ghost 2-base thing. I don't know if you guys played against that on the ladder. It's so annoying. We have a video on the channel of Euthermal doing that against Cyril. It's actually my most viewed video by far. Where he just goes for a Ghost Rush against Cyril. Oh my god. 40 Hydralisks go into the meat grinder right there. Look at that. He lost 102 Hydralisk. He lost more Hydralisk than Zerglings this game. Dude, he's effing memeing. He's so... No fucking way, dude. Did somebody dare him to do this? What is this meme lord shit? He's not even teching up. He's not, like, adding anything. He just has Hydralisk. That's all he's doing. Just 80 workers mass Hydra. Just outmaneuvering him. Actually goated, dude. Like, this is how you level up. Do this in your level in your ladder games. If you can win with mass Hydra, you're making good moves. You're not just making the right stuff, you're making the right moves. It's different. Oh my god, the Hydralisk moving in, killing a lot of tanks off again. And he clicks down the PF. Dude, what am I watching? He only has Hydralisk and he refuses to make anything else. He could make so many things to make this better. He could make Banelings. He could make Infestors. He could make Lurkers. And he's just making Hydralisk, dude. He's fucking dabbing on his grave right now. BabyMarine still on 4 bases, trying to expand, but definitely being bullied back into his corner of the map by this mass Hydralisk player. Dude, this is kind of like when you are laddering against this one guy that doesn't want to leave and he's on 1 base and you just make like 120 Mutalisk. Or you can't do that because Mutalisk are 2 supply. But let's say you just make 80 Mutas. All at once. You just A-move your whole army into him and then you make 80 Mutas. And you just kill him with it. You know, it's kind of like that. Oh my... Oh no, my god, dude. The drop sniper himself. He just finds drops everywhere with the mass Hydralisk. Can you believe this game? What the hell am I watching? All the PFs, dude. BabyMarine loves his PFs. I feel like a lot of Terran players love their orbitals more. And the Hydralisk run in. We actually see Baneling speed coming out at the 18-minute mark standard. And what do you know? More Hydralisk. Actually, some Lings being splashed in here. But also more Hydralisk. Dude, what the hell? How do you lose 164 Hydralisks in a game? Fucking memer, dude. How? How do you go into a game? You refuse to take the gold? You take the two... Holy shit. I just imagine Stephano being like, I'll watch you this. I'll watch you this. Just before he starts playing game number 2. Drunk off his ass. I don't know. I don't know what condition he was when he played this game, but my god. Dude, that's so weird to see. BabyMarine is such a juxtaposition of himself. He plays hyper aggressive versus Protoss, and then he plays the most turtley ass style versus Zerg. It's actually crazy. And he just makes Ghost. 15 Ghosts. And I think Ghosts are not very good against Ling Bane Hydra. Finally adding on some Banelings. And Banelings are very good against Ghost. And Mass Hydralisk. Mass goddamn Hydralisk. How many did we lose? We lost 180... 180 Hydralisk. Somebody check Stephano's hotkeys, because he, I think, swapped up his Hydralisk and Zergling hotkey, because he made more Hydralisk than Zerglings in the last game, and honestly, I love that we saw that, because after the first game, I thought, okay, Stephano's washed, like, these games are going to be trash, BabyMarine is just gonna shit on him, but Stephano shat on BabyMarine in game number 2. And so I don't know what to expect for game number 3. Apparently, both of them can show up, and they can show up for real. Now, we are here on Equilibrium with this gold base, with the rich geyser, so we can see some wacky expansion patterns on this map. Let's see, Stephano pulling out of gas again super early. As soon as this hatchery finishes, he pulls out of gas with his extra drones. That's probably the most economical way of getting speed at a decent time. But you have to be so confident in your queen positioning, in your slow ling positioning. Because those first 4 Hellions, if they smell blood, they will come, and you won't have speed. And we see Reaper here. Not quite a Clem Reaper as we see in almost every game where we see a Reaper that's not Clem's Reaper. And we see from BabyMarine, exact same build. Goes for the Marine, goes for the Reactor, goes for the 3rd CC. He's like, it worked wonders in game 1, and I got a decent position in game 2, but then I lost a bunch of drops and couldn't really clear the creep, etc. Although... again, Stephano not really focusing on the creep, showing us that, yes, creep spread can be very beneficial, but it is not the end-all be-all. With bad creep spread, you can still play the game, guys. 4th base, or a 3rd base going down for Stephano behind the gold, so not taking any risks here. I kind of prefer the 3rd base on the gold myself, because then you can take a super fast 4th behind the gold. But you can take a super fast 4th in front of your 3rd base, I suppose. Now, let's see what Stephano does. First game, he goes for those super fast evolution chambers, super late lair. And in the second game, he mixed it up. He went for full ranged heroes. Or heroes. This ain't Dota. He went for ranged units and ranged upgrades and just mass Hydralisk. Okay. 3rd base is up, and we see again the Banshee with the cloak. So BabyMarine pulling out the same build 3rd game in a row and can he adapt to what Stephano might throw at him? We see 1 gas with 3 workers in it. So is Stephano going to throw down 2 Evos right now? Yeah, right now. Because if you want to do double ups, you got to throw them around 170. And so he's going to go the same build as he did game 1. And then he's going to start a lair after that. So I'm interested to see if he's going to add on some anti-air earlier. Because this main base is super droppable and super annoying. And unless you do the laser-style creep tumor with like 3 spore crawlers, like, I'm not memeing, just put 3 spore crawlers there. It will make your life heaven. It'll just make this game so much more fun because the stupid drops can't get into your main base. And your main base is just very far by ground away from, well, the center of the map, or your gold base, or your 3rd base, or heaven forbid you take this base as a 4th base. Let's see. Stim coming out. More barracks being added on. And we do have Hellion run by. Oh my god. Only getting 4 drones. But a lot of lings were cleaned up as well. Nice splits though by Stephano. Look at that. Still keeping these Hellions in queen range. And the Hellions are being cleaned up. Only 6 drones die. I feel like that's acceptable for both sides, with how many lings died as well. Like, I think it's kind of cheesy to throw away your Hellions, but it's you gotta do it like once every so often. Otherwise, these Zergs are not gonna stay honest. Like, sometimes you just go to run in like a maniac. And the Zerg's gonna be like, you saw that I made 12 lings. Why are you doing this? And then the lings are, of course, slightly out of position, and they run in at the wrong angle, and they all get deep fried by 1 Hellion volley, and then the Zerg is molding for the rest of that series. Oh my god, look at BabyMarine, so defensive! Who has a wall ready at 630 versus the ling counterattack? So infuriating. Now we see the lair coming out, 1-1 almost done. So again, Stephano has that super fast 1-1. And slightly behind in the workers for now. His 5th base is under siege, but he also took a 2nd one, making a spore crawler right away there. Queens are there. Only 1 Banshee can cloak. And it actually... It does get cancelled, okay. Ooh, restarts it right away. Slow Queens coming off creep. No! Not my baby! And double cancel. Loses him 150 minerals there. And now BabyMarine is moving out. He has Stim. 1-1 is about to finish. I like this. Nice timing. You want to be at his base when the timing's finished, right? Like when the upgrade's finished. You don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. You want to be exactly here. Or here. And the 1-1 is about to finish. Oh my god. Oh, perfect timing. Kind of an anti-timing, but also pretty good. Like, for most of this fight, he has 1-1, but Stephano already had 1-1. So that fight, I would say, pretty good for Stephano, getting on top of the Marines before they have 1-1. Because that's where you... That's kind of like the most painful part for the Zerg. If they have to run in to your army, and they will take damage for doing no damage. So he got in for less damage, basically. So it was good by Stephano to pounce onto that army. Of course, wasn't fully set up either, but this, what an abusable position by BabyMarine, or abusive position. Oh, but the counterattack coming in from Stephano. And that's what you gotta do with this super early upgrade style, where you only make Zerglings and Banelings. You gotta make a lot of hatcheries, so you have a lot of larvae. Your injects need to be decently on point. And you need to do constant counterattacks. And nice targeting on the siege tank. Oh my god, 10 health! And he lost vision there, so the queens couldn't hit it. And now the siege tanks are hitting this gold base. No drones on the other side of the gold base, but they are mining down there. We do see the... Oh, cloak banshees. Yes, yes. I love this. These banshees, if you suicide them in, you can't do shit like this. These banshees are goated, dude. Same goes for Protoss with a couple oracles. If you put them in the right position, and your army can deal with run-bys, then you can do this to outer bases. Although, it's better to have like 2 Void Rays for that, but, you know, it's not quite the same. Banshees now do go down, but they completely clean up the base. This base was almost cleaned up as well, and this one isn't mining either. Like, Stephano is on 3 base. Look at the drone count. Actually, how many drones died this game? 12 drones, not even that many. Like, BabyMarine is just applying the right amount of pressure, forcing Stephano to just react to the pressure. Oh my god, look at this giant wave. Oh no. 180 supply. BabyMarine forced Stephano to make a few too many units. Stephano didn't get enough damage done, and now we have this giant siege tank arc. We have Widow Mines, we have Marines. I don't know if Stephano can overwhelm this at any moment. Look at his army supply. Like, all of these bases are forfeit. He needs to retreat. I don't know if he can keep his 3rd base. He has decent creep. But he's also not counterattacking. Just now, starting a counterattack. He was just kind of moving back and forth at his 3rd base now. Big counterattack with 2/2 links running in. The supply depots do get lifted. And the 3rd base is going to lose a lot of SCVs. The first Liberator joins the fight. BabyMarine is a Liberator type of guy. And this is why you want to counterattack, right? Look at his whole army just retreating back. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No, he clicked behind the mineral line and the Zerglings are derping out. They could be killing so many SCVs. Still 21 SCVs do go down. That's a big damage here by Stephano. No burrow. So these lings are just kind of hold position, chilling, like, please don't see them, please don't see them, please don't see them. And we have a new base going down for Stephano. Dude, just imagine him doing that counterattack like 20 seconds earlier. Maybe this base survives. Now we see secondary counterattack coming out. The army supply still favoring BabyMarine. So Stephano really has to do the ring around the Rosie. And now we see Hydralisk being added on. But I feel like Mass Hydralisk isn't going to cut it this game, perhaps. Ooh, 4th base does go down and immediately gets replaced by another CC. Liberator gets killed over there. Where's the other Liberator that we saw? Nope, it's gone. Kind of like all of your money that you invested into Bitcoin. But the supply, it's telling us a story of pain. BabyMarine is like, knock knock. Like, who's there? It's like, shut up, what's that on your face? Like, huh? It was pain. And he fucking soccer punched him in the face. I didn't tell the joke quite right, but this is gonna be, I feel like, impossible to hold for Stephano. Throws Banelings onto the Marauders, and here comes a big clump of Marines, but I don't think that the Lings will ever get on top of these Marines. Oh, look at that, dude. 200 supply to 88. Stephano just not getting up the drone count that you need in modern ZVT. BabyMarine putting on a clinic on how to put that pressure on. And, dude, off the back of it, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's just making, like, PFs and mines and Liberators. He's, like, he's putting on pressure, but he's also being a defensive asshole. Like, how can you counterattack against this? Insane, honestly. Insane. This looks very annoying to play against. And he just goes into ghosts voluntarily. Like, super fast. This BabyMarine has his transitions ready. BabyMarine takes the 3rd game. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this series. I hope you enjoyed the coverage of Homestory Cup 24 Group C. We're going into Group D. Tomorrow there will be another video because we got some catching up to do. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers.